Hello, and welcome to the Dream Diaries. So, I started off doing the Smoke Diaries, but not a lot left to say in the Smoke Diaries. But since I stopped smoking, I started dreaming a lot more, which inspired me to start the Dream Diaries. So here we are, 14th of March 2011. This is the first episode of the Dream Diaries. Okay, dreams. Dreams. We all have dreams. Some happy dreams, nice dreams. Some nightmares, angry and upsetting dreams, some sexual dreams, but dreams can be about almost anything, and that is something that we might discuss at some point. So anyway, the dream diaries are going to be about my dreams, um, and maybe a little bit of discussion about what dreams are, or the meaning of dreams, or anything to do with dreams, really. Okay, from Wikipedia. Dreams are a succession of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations occurring involuntarily in the mind. Involuntarily? Hmm. Perhaps they are, perhaps they aren't. I don't know. This is all during certain stages of sleep. The content and purpose of dreams are not yet understood, though they have been a topic of speculation and interest throughout recorded history. So obviously, it's something worth me doing here. Let's explore some dreams. Okay, so when I was young, I always had this dream. It was a recurring dream that I had when I was ill. Um, Although I'm sure I must have had it at other times as well. It's quite kind of difficult to explain. Basically, I used to have to travel through lines of light. So if you imagine they were like I had to travel through like an electric cable or something like that. But it was quite psychedelic. I remember I had to um, get into the light, and there was loads of different lights all about. I had to get into the light and try and get to the other end, but I could never get to the other end. I always got to the middle and got squeezed back out. Um, that that is something that happened to me regularly when I was younger. I haven't had it for years and years and years, but I think that is the earliest dream that I can remember. And obviously, it went on for it seemed like hours, um, and I could have it various occasions through the night. I could have it wake up and then go back to sleep and have this dream again. So yeah, I used to have to travel through these coloured sort of lines of light, all sorts of multicolours. I remember finding it distressing, in fact. But there you go. That's my earliest memory. Another memory of dreams I used to have when I was young was that my my bedroom, would fill up with water until I was swimming, and then sharks would swim in, and I'd have to try and escape the sharks. I used to sleep on a bunk bed. I used to watch it filling up until it got to the top, and sharks would come in. But I think that probably came from watching Jaws when I was little. So they're the earliest dreams I can remember. I don't know if during this I might remember some others, but so far that's all I can remember. Um, this month I've had some quite mad dreams actually. The first one that I can remember this month was I went to see my mate Sean, and he was about to go on some travels, and so anyway, I went in to see him, and there was a trapdoor in this room, and he said he wanted to show me something down in this trapdoor, and I sort of had a look down this trapdoor. It was all straw down the bottom. It looked like a stable. Um, So anyway, I wasn't sure I wanted to go down there, but eventually he convinced me to. So I went down, and there was a few people dotted about. But on the side, there was like a sideboard that had some oriental ornaments, like brass ornaments or gold ornaments, like bells or candle holders and Buddhist things. The things that you rub. Just intricate little things. And I remember looking at these and going, oh wow, what are all these things? And then there was some woman in there. She wasn't very attractive at all, but she was dancing, and Sean said that I should dance with her, but I didn't know how to dance, so I didn't want to. So Sean started dancing with her, and I was watching them dance, and then all of a sudden it was me that was dancing, and I was dancing behind her, and she was in front and doing all this dancing, and eventually, all of a sudden she didn't have any clothes on, and I was dancing behind her, she was completely naked. That's all I remember of that dream. That was quite bizarre. Anyway, I had 3 dreams with Sean in over the course of a few weeks. I think possibly because he'd gone travelling, and I was looking at lots of things on Facebook because he was posting things about his travels, so prominent in my mind. So anyway, the second dream I had with Sean in it. I was outside Grimsby College on the grass outside. We were just walking along, and then from the distance there was this big jet plane, fighter plane, started flying in. There was a few of them. They flew in from a long way away. We watched them come in, flew past us, and then they came back into it to right where we are, and we were just looking up here, and they turned out to be UFOs, a little bit like Close Encounters. So they were sort of different lights, and I was looking up at the sky, and we were looking at them, and it was like that realization that, wow, we're actually seeing it now. It's not a conspiracy. They are actually real. And then later on in the dream, I went into work, and there was other people that had seen them. And bear in mind that I live down south and Grimsby's up north, but they still saw them in Grimsby, which was quite bizarre. But there's a few people at work who were like, "Yeah, wow, yeah, we saw them. This is it. This is the realization. We know that they exist." That's all I remember of that one. And then the third dream with Sean in it was I was at my wedding with my missus, and there was this big long road that walked up to the building where we were getting married. It had trees along the side of it, and there's loads of people dotted about. And then from the distance, another plane, same kind of plane I think, came from the distance, and it kind of flew up to us and paused. And then when it paused, it wasn't a plane; it was a Ferrari that could fly, like some kind of little spaceship. And these big jets came out the front of it, and it reverse parked into this down this road, and everyone looked at each other, and I'd remembered in the dream that I'd seen another spaceship like that was fairly similar, so I wasn't that shocked by that point in the dream. And then I remember walking up the path, and then the next thing I remember is that I was stood with Sean, and I was telling people that me and Sean were getting married, which is quite bizarre because I'm not gay in any way. I really aren't. So that was quite a bizarre dream, and that's all that really happened with that one as well. So don't know what any of that means really. Absolutely no idea. But I had those dreams. So there you go. That was quite interesting. I'm just trying to think of the other dreams that I've had recently. I'll tell you what. Not last night, but the night before, I had a dream that I was sat at this it was like a base halfway up a mountain, and there was like a ridge, a forecourt, and I was sat there with Kim, and we were looking out over the sea, and all of a sudden these sort of capsules came over the top of our heads and landed in the sea and exploded. There was 2 of them, and then sirens started going off, wow, 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 like that. And basically they exploded, and all this radiation came out, and we had to evacuate, but we didn't get away quick enough. And then the next thing it cut to us being in this room, and my arm here started going red, and we knew that it was radiation poisoning. And then it started going blue, like I don't know if you've seen the film Skyline, the new film, a bit of a shit film, but the effects are good in it. And all the vessels, blood vessels, came out of my arm, and my arm went blue and all kind of manky, and we basically had to say goodbye to each other, because we knew we were both going to die, and so we kind of said, we've had a good life, and it was good to know you, and we're going to die, so but thanks ever so much for everything, and goodbye, kind of thing. That's all I remember of that one. I don't know what that's about. It's possibly to do with the fact that we just had the big earthquake in Japan, and there's reactors that are melting down there, and radiation's being leaked into the atmosphere, and lots of people have died. Thousands of people have died, and it's absolutely terrible. So it could possibly be to do with that. It could be to do with the fact that my mum's about to embark on radiotherapy as well, because she's being treated for cancer. So I'm not sure if it's to do with that, but it's probably a mixture of the two, that one, I don't know. But yeah, it's not a very nice dream to have. Not very nice at all. And last night, the only dream I can remember about last night is I was round at an old mate of mine's, Pete's, and I woke up in the morning, was obviously slept there, and someone had stolen my laptop. Couldn't find my laptop anywhere. I was searching everywhere for it. And then we said, oh, it must have been his sister that had stolen it. Obviously, we didn't know who it was just missing, and then I got really upset because there was loads of sort of personal stuff on there, personal files and music and films I've made and stuff like that. And yeah, my laptop had gone missing. I remember actually waking up in the night thinking, oh my god, what am I going to do, because I haven't got my laptop. It was so real. So there's a few dreams that I've remembered that have happened this month, so I thought that was good to kick off the first episode with. I was talking to Sean about the dreams. I did actually tell him about it. We had quite a good laugh about it. But we got talking about lucid dreaming, and he told me about this technique where in the day you look at the back of your hand, well, back of your hand for you, but obviously I consciously know that when I look at the back of my hand, I'm looking at the back of my hand. And what you're supposed to do is, hopefully, eventually you'll dream about looking at the back of your hand. And when you look at the back of your hand in your dream, that's the trigger. So that you know, in your subconscious tells your conscious mind that you're looking at the back of your hand, and that your dream is actually a dream. But at that point you become conscious in your dream, and therefore you can then do anything you like in your dream. So, for example, you might want to fly, so you can fly. So I've got to practice this technique. Every day I'm going to look at the back of my hand. Hopefully at some point I'll dream about looking at the back of my hand, and then I'll be able to take control of my dreams and do whatever I want to do. So I'm looking forward to that. I've got a bit of information actually about lucid dreaming. I haven't read it yet. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, this is what we've got to say about lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is the conscious perception of one's state while dreaming. In this state, a person usually has control over characters and the environment of the dream, as well as the dreamer's own actions within the dreams. The occurrence of lucid dreaming has been scientifically verified. So that means it can happen. So it is possible. So I'm looking forward to that happening. What we'll try is, I'm going to look at the back of my hand, so that when I'm dreaming, that is going to be the trigger for me to be conscious in my dream. But I'm going to try also for you to see the back of my hand. We'll do this every episode. You look at the back of my hand, and when it happens in your dream, it's also the trigger for you to know that you can take control of your dreams. So here you go. There you go. So that's the end of episode 1. We'll see what we come up with. Maybe I might have a dream about this tonight. I don't know. What I'd like is also if you message me about your dreams, because what I'll do then is I'll talk about your dreams with everybody in these diaries, and it should be a really interesting experiment. Who knows what might happen, because dreams are crazy, and we could also have a look at seeing if we can reflect on what dreams might be about, which should be good therapy to talk about our lives. So do come back to me with dreams, or anything you've got to say about dreams, or anything you've got to say about my diaries or the dreams I have. If you think you know what I'm dreaming about, let me know, because that would be dead interesting. Okay, so speak to you again soon. Alright, bye.